The first one is the Naxos Dram. And Naxos is an interesting city. It's a Greek island. It's part of the Cyclades, and it's still there now, and you can go there and pulls in a lot of tourists. Zeus was have said to been raised there, but the city was really watched over by Dionysus. And Dionysus is the god of wine and party and all of that fun stuff. And so, of course,
Grapes.
Naxos uses Dionysus and grapes, which
Absolutely.
make wine, on their coinage. And so this is a very rare, normally the most famous Naxos pieces are the Naxos tetradrams that have a drunken satyr on the reverse of the coin and Dionysus on the obverse. Those are big time coins, very tough to get. But equally is the Naxos dram. There is a common version that looks like the tetradram, and this one is more archaic. This is minted between 530 and 490 BC, and it is a dram, and it has Dionysus on one side and grapes on the other.
Really
And this
nice.
particular Go ahead.
Really
Sorry.
nice detail on this. I mean, it's easy to tell what your subjects are.
Yeah, and in fact, this is a coin that doesn't typically come up, and so it is their cover coin. It also was ex-NFA, Los Angeles, 1987, and also came out of Jean Vichon, Paris, sale from 1985. So it has a decent pedigree. But for anybody who collects Sicilian, this is one that evades most collectors. So moving on, I wanted to profile the Farnese. What's really interesting about Farnese is no one really knows who struck these coins. The most famous ones, which we've profiled on the show, is a large stater that has a deer on it, and it has Greek letters. It's the first time that someone's named on a coin, actually. These were minted at the beginning of coinage, so 625 to 600 BC, and it actually translates as the badge of Farnese. But again, nobody knows who Farnese was. Farnese was actually, there's a god of light that was Farnese, and then there's different denominations. So only the two largest denominations have the actual Greek legends, and then the smaller denominations like this just have a deer on it. And deer were worshipped in Greek times, and so it's not unusual for that to be the situation here. There are 7 different denominations that this person, Farnese, whoever he was, issued. And so there are people that can't forward the staters because they bring ridiculous amounts of money, but the smaller denominations like this are relatively affordable.
And this one is kind of very small, more or less a dot. It's 7 millimeters. It's really not that big.
It's 1/24th of a stater. It's only 0.55 grams, so it's very, very small. So, and all of the Farnese, like a lot of the early coinage that came out of Turkey, ancient or modern day Turkey, where coinage started, they're all made out of electrum, which we've talked about before, are a gold silver mix. But I've handled a lot of the large staters, and I've also handled a lot of the smaller denominations. But again, it's a very cool coinage, and it's the beginning of coinage, or right at the beginning of coinage. So it's got a lot of mystery there. And then after that, I'm going to go to Roman, and I actually profiled these in one of my Instagram posts, different type, but this is Maximinus Hercules. His nickname was Hercules. And so, of course, you have Maximinus here on the obverse of the coin, and this is an Aureus, weighs about 5.22 grams. And so you have the emperor here portraying himself as Hercules, wearing the lion skin like Hercules would do. And of course, why not have Hercules fighting the Hydra, which was one of the laborers, on the reverse of the coin. Maximinus was a co-emperor with Diocletian, and he was later captured by Constantine the Great, and Constantine forced him to commit suicide, and that's what happened.